Sunrise. Right now we are tracking a storm system that could bring blizzard conditions to southern Minnesota. And because of it, our weather team has issued a KARE 11 impact alert starting seconds ago. So let's show you where the system is right now. This is a live traffic camera from Sioux City, Iowa. Take a look at your screen if you can. The wind's whipping down there. You can see in that street lamp the snow blowing sideways. Yikes.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Hackett alongside Alicia Lewis. And overnight, a lot of school districts, mostly south of us, have changed their plans for classes today. That list you can see right now scrolling on the bottom of your screen.
So let's get to meteorologist John Ziegler. You've been so busy yesterday and into this morning tracking the latest models coming in.
Yeah, we felt the expectation that there were going to be changes. We knew there were going to be changes. Models were struggling. Now, we did see a jaunt to the southeast, but the impacts are just about to get going here down in areas like Albert Lea, and if you got to travel south this morning. So we got it from 6 to 6. The roads are going to be very bad down there. You saw the images coming in from Sioux City, Iowa, and that's what we're expecting in southern Minnesota, a blizzard. Now, we're going to see very bad road conditions down there, and we're going to see winds. Even here in the metro, winds over 40 miles per hour. Big change was the shift to the south. Now, I told you yesterday, even if with that expectation of the GFS moving, which is exactly what it did, the models moved southeast, but that did not change actually the major impacts. Rochester, Albert Lea, Fairmont area, that blizzard warning just went into effect. It's until 7 o'clock. We'll map it all out for you. Now, Cece, we've been taking a look at some of these roads down there. So far, so good, but that might change soon.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, John. And I've been looking in the Twin Cities Metro for over the past hour, and we really did luck out with not getting this snow that's coming in. So no need to leave early if you're in the Twin Cities Metro this morning. I mean, unless you're trying to get a cup of coffee or breakfast or something. My main focus is really going to be south, like John was mentioning. So along 35, heading down toward Owatonna, Albert Lea, even on 52, headed toward Rochester. I know a lot of people go down there for work. I'm also going to keep my eye on I-90 here. We're seeing that I-90 is still pretty quiet, still dry. That could change over the next hour, as John mentioned. So I'll keep my eye on that, show you some live cameras, and keep my eye too on Twin Cities Metro traffic for crashes. Alicia.
Cece, thank you for that. And as the system is developing, we will have extended weather and traffic on our streaming app, KARE 11 Plus, and our Sunrise Stream Show that's live at 8 o'clock every morning. You can download it on your TV and watch for free.
Turning now to a story developing overnight. Minnesota GOP Senator Justin Eichhorn is waking up in jail right now for allegedly trying to solicit a minor.
Charges are expected to come down soon. Audrey Russo, though, is live in front of Hennepin County Jail with some new information this morning. Audrey.
Yeah, good morning, Jason, Alicia. Eichhorn is currently sitting in the Hennepin County Jail behind me. It's where he's been for the last 11, 12 hours or so. The Hennepin County attorney hasn't filed those formal charges yet. And when I looked in the last 5 minutes on the Hennepin County court schedule, I didn't see any hearings scheduled associated with this case. But Eichhorn's own party is already calling on him to resign. Now take a look at this. This is from Bloomington Police. This is Eichhorn's mugshot. Officers say that Eichhorn communicated with detectives thinking they were speaking to a 16-year-old girl. Now he was arrested at the Normandale Boulevard meetup spot, and KARE 11 captured the moment that Eichhorn arrived at the jail. He's a Republican who's represented North Central Minnesota for about 8 years. In the last 12 hours, his party posted on X the seriousness of the case warrants his resignation. The DFL party echoing that, calling him an immediate danger to the public. Now, he's being held without the option to post bail as he awaits charges. Coming up in about a half hour, we're going to talk a little bit more about the sting operation that brought Eichhorn down. But for now, Jason Lee, I'll send things back to you.
All right, Audrey Russo reporting live. Thanks for that update this morning. Well, happening first thing this morning, the jury for the massive Feeding Our Future fraud trial will begin deliberations.
Now, jurors here will decide if former executive director of the meal program, Amy Bach, and her co-defendant, Salim Saeed, set this alleged scheme up to get rich or were victims of other people's greed. Michelle Beck is live at the federal courthouse right now as verdict watch begins in just a few hours, less than 3 hours here, Michelle.
Well, that's right, Jason, Alicia. If the jury finds them guilty today, Amy Bach and Salim Saeed could face upwards of 30 years behind bars. Two certainly very different versions of what happened in the COVID-era scandal. Prosecutors, for one, told the jury they were lied to, pointing to evidence in their closing arguments, which they say shows how Bach and Saeed profited from the federal child meal program. On the flip side, defense attorneys argued Bach, who ran Feeding Our Future, was fooled by scammers working beneath her. As for Saeed, a former restaurant owner, attorneys said he actually made meals for all the kids he claimed to have served. And so, guys, a huge trial here, of course, also a lengthy one. Our KARE 11 crews have been in and out of this courthouse for over 5 weeks. Again, jury deliberations today will mark the end of this trial. Back to you.
Michelle Beck reporting live. Thank you. Well, developing this morning, the family of Hmong community activist and comedian Tuzur Zhang says the 4 people responsible for his murder have been found guilty. His family posted to Facebook in the last 24 hours saying the suspects have been sentenced up to 29 years in a maximum security penitentiary. This update comes more than a year after Zhang was kidnapped and killed while on vacation in Colombia.
We're tracking some big stories right now out of our nation's capital. A federal judge is blocking President Trump's executive order banning transgender people from enlisting or serving in the military, saying it likely violates her constitutional rights. That reversal doesn't take effect until Friday, so the White House can appeal. In a separate ruling here, a federal judge says the dismantling of USAID was likely unconstitutional in multiple ways, and the administration must restore employees' email access. And this morning, the Trump administration is considering a plan to eliminate the CDC's HIV division. No final call has been made yet, but a memo is circulating among HIV prevention advocates, claiming the plan could be implemented in less than 48 hours.
And happening at the state capitol in a few hours, a rally for gun safety legislation. Volunteers with Minnesota Moms demand action and students demand action. They're going to be there starting at 9 o'clock this morning. Right now, there are several gun safety initiatives being talked about at the Capitol. The biggest is a safe storage proposal that would require gun owners to lock their guns unloaded when they're not being used.
If your kids are in rec sports, listen up here. Tonight, the Minneapolis Park and Rec Board is set to vote on keeping pre-formed teams for the fall. For Summer League, the city moved to a centralized sign-up for rec sports leagues. This would guarantee spots for everyone, but eliminate pre-existing teams. And some coaches say that disproportionately affects Black and Native youth. New documents show the Park Board's resolution calls on staff to come up with a way to keep those teams in time for fall. Tonight's meeting starts at 5 p.m.
This morning marks 155 days until the Great Minnesota Get Together. And just after lunch today, the Minneapolis City Council's Public Health and Safety Committee, they're going to be agreeing to terms for additional law enforcement at the fair. The contract would authorize more than $90,000 to boosting personnel. According to our reporting last year, 185 State Fair police officers were on site, as well as other agencies.
Time now 6:08 as we take you once again to Sioux City, Iowa this morning. And yikes, that is what it looks like down there. You can see the snow blanketing the ground. Right now, that area is under a blizzard warning, expecting 3 to 8 inches of snow.
Ooh.
And that same system is set to hit southern Minnesota along I-90 in a few hours. So if you live in that area, if you need to get out to that area, now your window's closing, John. You don't have a lot of time to do it.